my name is Annelise and welcome to my YouTube video. Every few days I get someone asking me how I became a model, how they can become a model, if I have any advice for them to become a model. So I decided to make a YouTube video of how I became a model and also some tips on how you can become a model. Warning you now, this is not an easy industry to be in. There's a lot more than just taking pretty pictures. First step to being a model, you need to learn to like these things. This is what your diet consists of. Saltine crackers. Just kidding. No, it's not. I eat normal foods. I do watch what I eat, but these are probably expired because I never eat them. For those of you that don't know, I am in Los Angeles. I lived out here 4 years. I'm a full-time model. I've been fortunate enough to work with Robin Williams. I've been on 10 or so magazine covers, maybe more. I've been on TV a few times. Most recently, if you follow me on Instagram, I was on Lucifer last week. Just did spring cleaning in the fall. Here's some work I've done. Cut some TV footage of some stuff you've seen me. And I have been successful enough that I've actually gone back to school and I'm working on my master's. I'm not sure if that means I'm successful if I'm going back to school. I also have over 800,000 followers on Instagram, which has also really helped my modeling career. Enough yip yap, this is how I got into modeling. I'm from a small town in Colorado and I drove down to Denver one day with my then boyfriend at the time and we were shopping at Forever 21 and this lady comes up to us. She was like, "Are you guys models? Are you interested in being a model?" And we both looked at each other, and I'm 5'9" and being a model was something I thought of because I did get told I should be a model a lot because of my height and my build and my face is easy on the eyes. So I say yes, we get her business card. I went down to the agency, met with them, and I got signed. From there, I put on MySpace that I was now a signed agency model, and they gave me some photographers to shoot with. I started building my portfolio up. That agency never really got me any jobs. Having an agency, people look at you differently. You can't get signed photographers. I feel like they don't respect you as well the same, even though 90% right now of the work that I get is not with my agency. I got the photo shoots up. I set up a Model Mayhem back then before it was really scary and there's bad people on it. I did not pay for any photo shoots. I got lucky because there weren't that many models in Colorado at the time, so everyone was willing to work with me for free. Yes, I'm wearing my pajama pants. Once I got my portfolio big enough, I felt confident enough to apply at the biggest agency in Colorado, which still is pretty small. They said they were interested in meeting me. I go in, I get measured, they look at me. I'm sitting in there waiting in the room and I see the head agent, the room next to me, telling this girl that her hips are too big and that she needs to lose weight. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, my meeting with her, she's gonna tear me a new one. Luckily, I met with another agent. She was very nice and they signed me. Honestly, Colorado does not really have a market for modeling, so I did very few jobs, mostly just a lot of fashion shows and conventions. One of the first jobs that my agency got me was during the Tiger Woods scandal. They hired me to play Tiger Woods' wife who attacked him with the golf club. They flew in a Tiger Woods lookalike and then they had the mistress there. So I worked a convention doing that. Honestly, modeling was, I would make a little bit of extra money from it, but not very much. There were really no jobs in Colorado at that time. Where my career really took off was I was fortunate enough to move to Denmark to live on a small island with a bunch of Danish farmers. That video I will link below. I had this internship. The very first hour I was there, I was on Model Mayhem and I posted that I was moving to Denmark and a photographer wrote me and said, "We would like to shoot you for the cover of M." It's like the Danish Maxim. So I booked that, shot that a few months later. It actually did not come out until I moved back to the United States. But during that time, I knew that I had a magazine cover coming out. Instagram started becoming popular. So I was posting a lot on Instagram. I didn't really have a lot going on. I didn't have any friends out there, so I was just always on social media, Twitter even, but my Instagram blew up. When I was over there, I got about 42,000 followers, which back then was huge. So it's constantly just getting hit up by photographers, people in LA wanting to work with me because they're like, wow, look at this girl. I guess also with my pictures, and they also wanted to work with me because I had such a large following. If you guys are interested, I'll do a video on how I actually grew my following. Just let me know down below. But that huge social media following and everyone asking to work with me and come to Los Angeles or New York really triggered something. And the fact that I booked this huge magazine cover that was coming out, I thought, you know what? I should move to LA and really pursue modeling. My internship in Denmark finished. I was moving back to the States. My dad had job interviews lined up for me at different companies. So I told my dad that I want to go out to LA. He wasn't happy. My mom supported me, but I was his little princess. So you know what? The princess I am, I packed up and I moved to LA. The first 3 months out here, it was hard. I told my parents I would give it 6 months, test it out, see how it was, signed a 6-month lease, and you know what? I'm still here. Didn't buy a couch the first 3 months because I didn't know how long I would stay. I didn't know if I was gonna be successful, if I wasn't gonna be successful. It's a hard industry to be in, and you know what? I did okay. I got signed to a new agency out here because interesting enough, the agency. I was with Wilhelmina, and when I came back from Denmark, apparently I gained too much weight, and they told me if I gained 2 more inches, I could be a plus size model, that I was too big. So that was hard to hear when I'm getting ready to move to LA. I came out here with no agency and I had to find one, but I did right away. But I will tell you, but 90% of the work that I get is through networking, through other people, through repeat clients, through social media. My agent gets me more of like the big commercials and such. I got this little princess costume because I modeled costumes one day, and I got that from a friend. I'm actually shooting Halloween costumes after Thanksgiving break. I got that from someone seeing it on social media. Some people are so busy with their agent, but for me and a lot of my girlfriends, they're not. But it is something that you need in order to get the bigger jobs. And also to get recognized that you are a model. Even though I find that they don't get you work, it's just having that you have an agency, people treat you different. My advice for all of you that want to become a model who aren't as fortunate as me is just to be shopping one day and someone finds you, is to go out, have someone take your pictures, have professional pictures done. You can find someone to do it for free, or find a family member maybe has a nice camera, and then submit those to an agency. You are going to get a lot of rejection. I go to so many auditions during the week and I have people tell me no. Also for me, social media is one of my biggest ways of booking works, which is unfortunate for people who don't have a lot of followers. Social media gives you that exposure so the brands see you, that they can find you, that you can book more work from it. And I spend so many hours a day just working on my social media. It's a full-time job. It's not something where I just post a picture and it just happens. I work a lot on my social media. I spend hours on it. You gotta be constantly creating, and I think that's really also what's key these days is social media. There's also, you can get on the websites Model Mayhem. I did get my magazine cover on that, and that magazine cover helped me get so many jobs when I moved to LA. There are some bad people out there. I know one girl who went to a job and luckily she brought her boyfriend there. They tried to hire her off Model Mayhem and she went to the guy's hotel room, luckily brought her boyfriend, and the guy didn't even have a camera. So there could have been some bad stuff to happen to her. You hear bad stories all the time. So whenever I do go to a job or a casting or something, I am always sharing my location with someone. I text them the moment I go in, where I'm going, and just give them a heads up that everything's good, just in case. So make sure you're always being safe when you are trying to get into modeling. Always keep your values, just be careful. People are gonna try and get you to do things that you don't wanna do. You hear of all this bad stuff in Hollywood, and that does happen out here, people being creepy and stuff. It does happen. Safety's first. It's also important to have a good headshot. Here's my first comp card that I got when I came to LA. You can see that magazine cover that I got really did help my career. You also need to practice. You need to know your poses. You need to know how to walk. You need to know how to do makeup. Even though my winged eyeliner's off, I do watch a lot of makeup videos. There are a lot of like new up and coming photographers out there that will take your picture for free. Can't guarantee they will be the best, but as they get better, you'll be getting better, and it's almost like you could collab with that photographer as you both get better modeling and taking pictures to get better photos. There's a lot of different types of models out there too. I used to do a lot of promotional modeling, which is going and working trade shows, going to different events and modeling the clothes, passing out free things, taking pictures with people, wearing different outfits. The type of model I am, I would say I'm very versatile. I do all sorts of different jobs. It's something new every other day. I love how it's not the same thing. It's just fun. Everything's always mixed up. Some more advices I have is beware of scams. A lot of agencies out there will ask people for money to be signed, and that is a big no. Don't do that. Stay the heck away from those agencies because they're not real agencies. They're not going to get you work. They're just trying to get your money. A real agency won't ask for any money besides money for your comp card. When you're modeling, they make sure you take care of your skin. You need to work out a lot. Make sure you watch what you eat. There's all sorts of different size models, so you don't have to be thin to be a model, but there are specific sizes that clients are always looking for. I get about 200 emails a day, different castings that are looking for specific looks. My measurements aren't the ideal model measurements, but I'm still working. So screw you, you stupid agency that said I was big. You gotta have tough skin to be in here. Can't tell you how many times I've been called too fat. Every state has a big modeling agency because there are jobs in every single state, even Alaska. So I recommend just researching who they are, going in for an open call. That's about it. And so hopefully this video was helpful. If you want, I can do another video on what it takes when you come to LA and what you need to do, how to meet people and how to get jobs. Let me know if you want that video. And also knowing different tips like about why you should keep your old prom dress. I got a commercial and I was also on MTV Fantasy Factory because of my high school prom dress. I hope I explained it well enough what you need to do and how I became where I am. My dress just break? Zipper. I'd like to give today's shout out to Sam. If you want to be the shout out on my next YouTube video, simply go to my most recent Instagram video post and comment your favorite fall emoji. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so people who are trying to aspire to be a model can find it. Also make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Later!